Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night. We are back with another speed build Sunday. I am sorry that I took quite a while to post this video, but hey, better late than never. So like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Toggle on the notification button so you know when I'm posting, so you don't miss any content that I post. And just a little disclaimer, throughout the build my audio is kind of a little funky, but don't worry, I got it fixed. It's just during the entire video I sound kind of a little echoey, so just kind of, just ignore that. Enough goofing around, let's get to the video. What you hear screaming at you, but it's like screaming at a wall. My words get lost. Like always, we start off by building in the walls to our build here. And before, I kind of had to rearrange the whole trees, and because this lot is built on the Brendan Bay world, where it's the world for all pups and all kitty cats. So yes, you can imagine what type of house we're going to be building for this video. I'm trying to go, or did try to go, for a country-like home for a big family with lots of fur babies running around. So, and I have to say that the roof was the hardest part to this darn house, because I spent probably a good first 15, 20, maybe 25 minutes of the actual build just trying to get the darn roof together. Now I know it may seem like pretty speedy at this point, but I had to speed up the process for y'all, because like we would been here forever if I would have just let it run on itself, because I was trying to experiment with the roof. I'm like, okay, I was kind of looking at all the other examples of houses that were around the area, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to go for that sort of style, but I don't want to copy too much. So I'm like, okay, I want to do something a little different. So eventually I was pretty content with what I had for the roof, and then I just kept on going back and forth with it until eventually I just ended up like, you know what, I'm gonna do a porch. A porch sounds pretty okay at this point. And I was going back and forth. I'm like, all right, maybe let's work on the windows, the doors, trying to refresh my what my creation for this house would be. I was like, let me just go back and forth, work on different aspects of the house. So I'm like, really, let me get my window set. I definitely wanted to do two double doors in the front. Obviously one on the front and then one on the side there. One leading to the kitchen and then one leading to the actual living room, because, I wanted to do something a little different for this house. So, and then this is where the moment came where I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna take that roof out and just settle for a nice little deck on the second floor, because I wanted to do something neat. We're doing beautiful fencing there on the porch, and obviously putting the pillars underneath, just to kind of give it that a southern home feel to it. So I know my southern accent sucks, but I tried. And I'm like, all right, we're getting somewhere here. I'm like, okay, now I want to do something fancy with the porch, so I decided to do the same thing for the main floor, going with some brick stairs. And this is where I was getting somewhere with the house. I was getting somewhere with it. I'm like, all right, I think I know what I want to do with it. Yet again, I was looking at the house that was beside me, probably a couple of blocks beside me. I'm trying to see, okay, like kind of going with the same style, but obviously I want to do something different. I have to say though that my house on this block is probably the biggest one, very, enlarged, and, like maybe not full with style like the other houses on the block, but we're different, we're not basic, all right, Karen? So just disclaimer, if your name is Karen and you're watching this, no hate, there's no hate. we're just joking here, okay? So, and then I decided to go with a gray shingle like wall for the main house, and I thought, it looks beautiful in the sunset light. I'm like, we're going for it. And I just started popping in my windows, country like, with the, what are those things called, like not shingles, but like those little things on the side on the window here, like on the second floor. You can see that, I don't know what those are called, I forgot what they're called, whether like wings for the windows. Thought that would be a perfect touch for the house, make it more country-like, and then we get into the interior. And then I got so frustrated with the stairs, because I'm like, ugh, I don't know what I want to do. Look, I obviously don't want to do something basic with the stairs. Like, I want to do something different, do a little curl, you know, a little tail curl there, and that's eventually what I did. And I'm like, well, it looks too open. I don't want it so darn open. So I'm like, okay, that's like, I have an idea. You know, what if, you know, once I got the stairs, you know, situated here, I'm like, well, what if I made a room tucked away there in the corner, you know, to, you know, I could use it to make this home more homey, you know? And that's what I eventually ended up doing. I ended up just making that corner there of the house, right where that big old window is with the stairs, a laundry room. So therefore, obviously, I wanted to make this home like an actual home, a home that you can use and, you know, like be immersive with, you know, because we're all about immersion here. So that's what I decided to do. So right here, I'm like, okay, we're gonna pop this room down, and then I realized, man, it looks too bulky. I don't like how that one wall intersects with the laundry room wall. I'm like, I have to I have to make it, you know, work, all right? I can't just, you know, pop it there and expect everything to be a good. No, this house was very infuriating, by the way. It was very infuriating for me because I'm just like, I was literally like taking breaks after breaks, and I'm just like I do not know. Like, I mean, this house was looking beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, you know, have you ever like built a house and you know, you're coming out with something good, the exterior looks phenomenal, and then you get into the inside of the house and you realize how the way you made everything on the outside look, or made the outline, it totally screws you over in the interior, because then you have to rearrange walls, you have to create walls, like, you know, for it to not look like, you know, a straight diagonal, you know, weird looking home. That's what I literally had here. I'm like, oh, I have to, like, I want to make it look like, you know, somewhat, you know, not odd, you know, if that makes any sense, you know. I just wanted my home to float, in other words, you know, something that you would actually see in, you know, in today's days of homes, nothing too like, you know, okay, that's odd, like, that's really odd. So yes, so you can imagine that right here in this very moment on the second floor, I went through the same whole 15-25 minutes just redoing, adding walls, taking away walls, adding walls, and yet again taking away walls, until I'm just like like, okay, I'm like, I thought I had something here going on, and then I'm like, no, like, it just does not look right. Like, okay, I kind of like the whole idea of having a hallway leading down, you know, to the rest of the house, because I did wanted to do 3 bedrooms on the second floor, one including the master bedroom, you know, of course. But unlike my first home that I did for Speedboat Sunday, I wanted to add an extra room, 2 more rooms, because I wanted this I wanted this house to be a house that can be a home to a big family, preferably a family at least 5, you know. And that's what I wanted to do. And I thought that, oh man, maybe I just didn't make the house big enough in order for this house to hold 5 people. And I'm like, no, I have to make this work. Like, so like, yeah, and then I made a mistake, and I was like, yeah, I was already irritated as it is. I was pushing buttons, and I'm just like, okay, like, girl, at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm getting somewhere here. Maybe, you know, it's looking good. I'm like, but I have to add a bathroom for the master bedroom. And I struggle with that as well. And I'm just like, oh, this is not going out the way I want to. Eventually, what I ended up doing, I ended up putting the bathroom on the other side of the master bedroom here. And it worked out a whole lot better. And I was able to get the room exactly how I wanted it, and I was able to, you know, be satisfied with it at the end. So as soon as I got that nailed, I'm like, all right, the second floor is a Gucci for now. I need to go back down to the main stairs and, you know, figure out what I want to do, you know, as far as with, you know, excuse me, for like furniture and wallpaper, you know. And as soon as I was done with the second floor, I did exactly that, because like I said, this house took me forever to construct and to think what I wanted to do with it, because I didn't think a country home would take so much time and so much effort to do. I don't know, like I had a vision. I had this vision of this beautiful country like home. I'm like, you know, I want to do something different, you know. And every build that I do for you guys, I want to push my limit and my comfort, you know, as far as like, because I guess at some point you become repetitive and you make the same type of home over and over. So I kind of wanted to do, you know, try to do something different every single time I'm doing a build for you guys. And maybe that's why this house took me forever to do, and why it gave me a few headaches, because I'm like, I'm trying to do something different. So anyway, so as I was done with the back porch, because I wanted to add a back porch for family gatherings, I decided to do the front here. And I did initially wanted to do something cool, like garden wise in the middle here, you know, like kind of more like a garden bed, like, you know, those fancy garden beds that people do with bricks and stuff like that. I wanted to do something like that, but it just didn't work out. And I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna end up keeping the trees that were originally there in the beginning of the build, and just, you know, just doing a little garden bed around them, and, you know, just putting some dirt and making it a little Gucci. And it did. It ended up looking great, just like that. Itself, I guess, like I said before, sometimes the most simplest techniques are the techniques that make the house, you know, glamorous. So that's what I ended up doing. I just ended up just taking a short fence, making it, you know, using it as a garden bed, and just adding in some dirt at the end. I'm like, you know, this is what we're only gonna do for the outside. You know, if you guys want to go back in and add, you know, some floor decor around the trees, you guys are more welcome to do that. If you guys want to add a bench between those two trees there, you're welcome to do that as well. You know, anything that you guys, you know, can think of, you guys are more welcome to do for this house. And now that I am mentioning that, I forgot to add a, I don't remember, I wanted to add like kind of like a, okay, maybe I'm just thinking of The Sims 3, because I remember in The Sims 3 we had like these outside doggy houses, and I can't remember if The Sims 4 has that. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure they don't. So I'm like, okay, well, and that's initially what I wanted to do. I wanted to put like an outside doggy house outside and between the trees here, but I was thinking the wrong game. So I'm sorry guys, I am actually really tired right now. Like, it's like literally like almost 10 o'clock at night, and I'm barely just doing this recording for you guys. So this video is quite late, but hey, better late than never. At least you know, I'm not like last week where, you know, you guys had to wait like an entire week before I posted another Speedbolt Sunday. So and like, you know, like I said, better late than never. And, you know, Speedbolt Sunday is just a day where, you know, I share a build with you guys, and you guys are more than welcome to suggest any builds that you guys would like me to do for future Speedbolt Sundays. You know, just put it down in the comments below and let me know, so therefore I know what build to do next. So, and you know, it's just a day where we just relax after the long and a tired week we had, and getting ourselves ready for tomorrow, Monday. I know, like, I don't like Mondays because, you know, usually Mondays are days that, you know, I typically work, so I'm just like, so just doing this every Sunday kind of, you know, not only gives us a little, you know, things to look forward to, but, you know, it just gets us ready for the upcoming week. So if you guys like this series, you know, let me know in the comments below, you know, and comment what you guys want me to do next, because it really does help. So as regarding as to my other video, my paranormal video, I'm really working hard on that video, you know, to get it out to you guys. It's just that I've been working a lot more lately, not by my choice, but I just been working a lot more lately, and it is hard to come back home and, you know, just do nothing but editing, you know, while I just got done doing an 8-hour shift. So it kind of does take a toll after a while. So, but this week for sure, I will try to get it out to you guys, so therefore you guys can see the crazy night that I had in that video, because it is pretty interesting. So anyway, okay, so back to the build. So what I ended up doing after I was done with the trees, I wanted to do the same thing around the porch, because the porch just kind of looked kind of bland, and I wanted to actually do some floor decor. So that's what I ended up doing. Just took some big old bushes and kind of separating them a little bit. I did want to put some flowers, so I waited until I was satisfied with the porch before I ended up putting the sunflowers. So I ended up just enlarging them and just putting them, I think I ended up putting 2, yeah, I think I did. I ended up just putting 2 like in the front there, the main stairway. So therefore, like I knew everything wasn't in the spot that I wanted it to be, and just added sunflowers last, and it ended up coming up pretty cute. So I liked how it was just simple, but yeah, it kind of had this cute little country feel to it, a cute little country home. So, and then once I was done lushing up the garden in the front there, I think I ended up just putting some lights afterwards too, because I'm like, oh shoot, I can't forget about the lights, because it's very easy to get sidetracked when you're trying to do multiple things at once, and then you're just like, oh shoot, I forgot to put that in. or like, yeah, then I was already forgetting to put the floors in as well for the exterior, and I'm just like, girl, you need to check yourself again. Because you're missing things. You're already missing the flooring, you're about to forget to put the lights in. So girl, don't forget to put them lights. So as always, I ended up putting in some lightings all over the porch, so therefore it wasn't too dark, because we do have a lot of shading on this property, because we got them 4 big trees in the front, and we got 2, I believe they're oak or birch, I want to say birch, 2 birch trees in the back. So we gotta put a lot of lighting in there, so therefore your scaredy cat Sims do not get spooked in the middle of the night. So as soon as I was content with the exterior, I went finally into the home and started building. So I wanted to make this I kind of wanted to make the living room kind of cute. So I ended up taking the same main door that I used on the side of the home, and I put it right in the middle, leading into the dining room. Actually, a little fun fact, actually my mom actually likes these type of doors where they have well, preferably she likes like the big old like 2 doors where you open up, and they have like little windows in them, just like the ones you see here, because she thinks that they're very elegant, and it gives the room a very elegant feel. So I decided that for this video, I would kind of honor her likes and do the same thing for this living room. So that's why I decided to go with these type of doors. One for the front door, one from the side door. Actually, all the doors that lead into the house, I ended up using the those doors that you see there. It's I decided to do that because I know my mom likes those type of doors. So, and it actually made the country-like home very cute and very elegant, like she always says. So mom, this one is for you. So I decided to make this home into a home that I know that you would like to live in, and would also like to style our own home or our own living room as. So this one's for you, mom. Anyway, so as soon as I got the fireplace down, I decided to go ahead and put the chairs. I didn't want to go with 2 bulky sofas because even though the living room is spacious, I didn't want it to be so bulky that it kind of just throws the entire focal point of the entire room off. So I decided just to do with a simple love seat and 2 single chairs on the side. And I'm like, okay, I see where I'm going here. I'm like, it looks pretty decent. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna put a simple little glass end table in the middle, put some flowers, and I'm like, ooh, this would not be completed without a light in the back, because I did not want to clutter the sitting area with end tables, because I feel like that's what I do a lot. Is like I feel like I have to put end tables on the side of couches For the living room, I'm like, no, I'm like, spread your wings, think differently, do you know, your styling a little different. So that's what I decided to do. I decided to actually use the floor lamps and, you know, utilize them in my build for today. So so once I was done, you know, with my living room, I'm like, you know what, I also want to add the dining room and living room together, so make it a open concept. I know that a lot of you out there love open concept. Unlike my first build, I ended up giving the dining room its own room. For this home build, I decided to put the living room and dining room together. So for all of you out there who love open concept homes, you guys are really gonna love this one, because that is exactly what I'm doing here. And I kind of had this idea. I'm like, okay, I want to take those little surface boards there and put them on below the window to give it the illusion that the window has I forgot what they're called, but the window has like its own shelving. And I decided to take some unique decor that was there and just put it together, and to make it look like, you know, there was like some sort of scene going on there. So also, one of my favorite parts of the living room is this cute little kitty corner here by the stairs. I really love it a lot because you know, it's its own space. It's not considered a part of the dining room or the living room. It just kind of really, I think I like it so much because it really just brings the stairs out even more, because I love how the stairs look. I love the railings of the stairs because it has design, very elegant design. And then I decided for the door for the laundry room, I decided to use the sliding Japanese-like door from the Mountain Kuma Henry pack, and I thought that that would be a very nice touch because it just, I don't know, it just kind of flowed with the style that I was going for. And I'm like, you know, why not? So let's just pop it in there. I loved it even more when I saw it there. I'm just like, all right, so, you know, we're scoring points at this point. You know, we're scoring points. And the laundry room, as always, is very easy for me to build. You know, it's just only a matter of, okay, how I want this room to look as far as like blueprint wise. Like, so this laundry room is a little bit not too big as my paranormal home that I made for my paranormal series. It's not as big as that because it doesn't have the toilet there, but it's big enough to, you know, obviously it's way big enough than my first build, because the first build I put the laundry room and the bathroom together. This home has its own laundry room, so I'm sure that your organized Sims would appreciate that. So okay, and when I got to the kitchen, I did something a little different here with the kitchen, because I actually purchased one of the new kits that came out for The Sims 4, and I think at this point everybody knows that EA came out with 3 different types of kits for The Sims 4. One of them is like a cleaning kit, and the other one is like a throwback kit, like I think like for between like 80s or 90s throwback. And the third kit was the country home like kit, which it comes with new countertops and new cabinets, and it actually comes with a crock pot. So crock pot like items and jars to make it look or feel like a country home. So I'm like, perfect. You know, that's what we're trying to do here for this home. So we're trying to make it look country. So I decided to experiment with it a little bit, and I actually almost forgot to use the items because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I totally forgot that they were there because I was so focused on trying to get my outline for my counters and cabinets together, because your girl was having a little breakdown because she couldn't figure out how she wanted her cabinets and countertops to be outlined. So yes, I almost forgot to put the extra little decor parts in there, but do not fear, I got it down. So and then off to the side here, I wanted to dedicate that kind of as like a mudroom-ish, you know, a place where, you know, the kids will come in, or, you know, and the pets will come in after, you know, after being outside, and then that's where, you know, the collars would be, the food would be, the treats, and the place where you would take your shoes off, and obviously where the food bowls for the pets would be at as well. So I did put 2 food bowls there. You can always put more, you know, if you are a simmer who loves pets very dearly and just wants to raise fur babies instead of actual human babies, which no judging, because sometimes fur babies are best. So they're very cute. So as soon as I got done with the kitchen, I went to the outside porch and just, added a few things. I didn't really make it too big or too much of a deal because I'm just like, well, it's very small, and that's not entirely my focus of the build. So but yeah, I didn't want to just leave it bland. I wanted to have at least something there. So, and then I just added a few things on the front porch. Added some rocking chairs, and then like a little love sofa off in the corner. To yet again add something there, so it just wouldn't look plain. So, and then we get up to the second floor, and I decided to add like a little sitting area there, because maybe your sim is, or one of your sims, maybe they, are into knitting and they want a little separate area away from everybody else, and they just want some peace and quiet. And that right there, the little hallway area there on the second floor would be a perfect place to do. So yes, I brought my idea over from my first video on to, what is this, my fourth video now? Yes. And just decided to utilize that idea. So that's what I ended up doing, just to keep it nice and simple. I put a little decor there, a little fish tank there as well, bowl actually, because the tanks were too big to for the spot that I had there. So so then I get to the excuse me. So then we get to the master bedroom, and I decided to utilize the green colors, because I always go for brown. I mean, this house was already had enough brown in it and gray, so I decided to utilize my color palette, and delve into more of my earth tones, and decided to do greens for the master bedroom, which ended up coming out very cute. And I decided to put a little doggy bed there right in front of the bed. When mom and dad are sleeping, you just have your little fur baby that comes and just wants to snuggle with them, but they're too big because they're gonna take up the entire bed. So the mom and dad don't want to kick out the fur baby, so therefore they give the fur baby their own bed right in front of the bed, so therefore they too feel not left out. So I decided to put a bed there for you guys, so therefore you can sleep with your doggies or kitty cats as well. So, which I also forgot to mention, I ended up putting a kitty cat post in the living room right next to the TV, so therefore your cats have somewhere to sleep as well. So feel free to also utilize the entire house and put as many dog and kitty cat beds as much as you guys want. So as soon as I was done with the bathroom, I didn't do too much with the bathroom, because I kind of make all my bathrooms look the same, unless they're like my little what they're called, I forgot what they're called, but they're like not pantry bathrooms, but like the half bathrooms. Unless it's a half bed bathroom, I won't really do much with it. So anyway, so then I get to the biggest room here besides the master bedroom, and I decided to make it into like a girl's room. So if your Sims, like I said, wants to have a big family, there you go. So I ended up making it into a room where maybe your Sims have 2 daughters and they're going off to college, and maybe they just don't want to leave home yet. And so I ended up making their room kind of like a dorm like, so they can come home and work on their studies and not have to worry about paying somewhere else to college stay or whatnot. So that's what I ended up doing, and I liked how the way this room came out. So like always, I made it into kind of a purple and pink like setting, because purple is my favorite color. So I decided to add the purple color in that room. So loved how the way it came out. And then I get to the bathroom, and the bathroom, like always, like I always do, I always make it freaking small, and I have to reconstruct it. So that's what I ended up doing. I just took a little space from the third and last bedroom, and I decided, well, you know what? That room can hold 2 single beds. But for this video, I decided to just do a single bed, like maybe your Sims have 2 daughters and 1 boy, and obviously the boy needs to have his own room. So that's what I ended up doing here. So as you can see, this room can hold 2 beds, you know, but that's pretty much all that the room can hold. So just keep in mind. So I just ended up making it as a single room and just added, kind of try to make it, you know, I don't know, like how a boy's room will look. So I just ended up putting like some cool lights, a desk as well for, you know, for him to, you know, when he comes home and study. If he also wants to stay at home, he could do so as well. Put the little skateboards there, and you know, I just, you know, it just, everything came together at the end. I was like, yeah, it's like finally. So then at the end here, I just ended up putting some lounge chairs, you know, little mimosa tray there. So if your Sims just want to relax and drink mimosas in the morning, they can. And along with some other skills things there as well. So yeah, I hope you guys really like this video, and you know, like always, just comment down in the comment section below what you guys want me to build next. I'm always looking. So, and also I want to announce I do now have a TikTok now, so where I'm going to be posting recaps of my videos. I haven't posted all of them on there just yet. You know, I'm still working on it. But if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, I will leave my username in the description box below, so you can give your girl a follow and you can see all my recaps that I'm doing for my videos. So anyways, like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Toggle the notification button so you know when I'm posting, so you don't miss any content that I post. And like always, you guys have a good week. Stay positive, work hard, you know. And like how I always like to say, the time you took to complain, you could have did it yourself in less. Until the next video, until the next time we meet, I will see you all later. Bye.